computer problem. Also, we do have technicians that are standing by in the shop ready to resolve computer problems. And we'll be there today until 2, but you don't have to wait until then. Remember, computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
But that might be the second game they
That's
get
right.
tops.
We
Again,
do have
if I had to bet right now, I
we
would say Heat in
we
5.
do have a
And then
faster PC radio or
similarly,
faster PC live support here going on right now.
I
So
worry.
we're here. We're ready to answer your questions. Give us a call 772-340-1590. Sorry, we had some extra audio coming in there, but those types of things happen sometimes with a live show. We're here. We're ready to answer your questions and ready to help you resolve your not only your computer questions but technical questions. It could be really anything dealing with technical issues, not just computers. So we are streaming a faster PC live technical support right now. You can get your computer questions and your technical questions, tech support questions answered. So, uh, and we're getting the streams are going on Facebook and also YouTube, where you can hear the show and see the show. And if you miss part of it or you want to watch part of it again, or maybe we're actually showing you on the screen how to do something, you can actually uh, head over there and watch it um, at your convenience. It doesn't have to be today, doesn't have to be right now. It could be anytime. We're there. We're ready to answer your questions, ready to help you resolve your problems as well. So give us a call, 772-340-1590. Now, one of the things that we do want to just let you know is that we will be talking about various things today, but we will also be talking about how you can resolve your computer problems, how you can resolve your technical support problems, and we'll be talking about some of the latest threats that we're seeing, because there's quite a few threats that are out there, and some of our customers are seeing more than others. So this is something that we want to alert you. We want to let you know what is happening, and I can tell you that one of the things that we have seen recently, quite a bit, and you probably have seen these emails that come into your inbox, and they say, your Norton subscription has renewed for so many dollars. Sometimes it's, a lot of times it's between $300 and $500, which is a considerable amount of money, way more than Norton actually costs. And I think they're doing that because they want people to kind of get a little bit upset, get angry, get agitated, and say, get mad enough to call the number to complain that this charge is not legitimate. Well, you're not. When you do that, you have to realize, a lot of people don't realize this, you're not calling Norton. And by the way, it's not just Norton. Sometimes it says McAfee. Sometimes I've seen them this week. I've seen them in my own inbox saying that my Geek Squad subscription renewed, and I'm going to pay 300 and some dollars for this Geek Squad subscription. Which, by the way, I don't have a Geek Squad subscription. I don't need it. I'm a computer technician, and by the way, I think that if I weren't a technician, I would actually choose. I would call a faster PC and say, hey, what can you guys do for me? Can you provide me with some support? Um, and we do, by the way, offer remote support plans now. We do have customers that are signing up for these, and we're providing remote support. And our remote support plans also cover in-shop labor as well. And so we have customers that are signing up. In fact, we even have customers that when they see that email, before they open, and a lot of them aren't sure. In fact, we have customers that ask us about these types of emails, and the next time they get an email like this, they'll ask us again, and they'll ask us again, and we don't mind that. That's a service that we provide for people, and we do have customers that that contact us. They say, is this legitimate? And we can log into their system. We can look at the email, and we can actually give them some guidance on that. But what has happened, what we actually saw, um, we actually had several computers that came into our shop, and these computers all had the same same thing that was happening, where they got one of these emails, they called the number, they let the remote scammers in. The remote scammers said, "Oh, well, that was a mistake. Let me refund your money," and they showed them what they thought was their bank account. Um, and one customer said it looked like it had like $24,000 in it. And then the guy said, "I'm going to make a refund for this charge," and then all of a sudden the bank account had like twice as much money in it, and he said, um, "Oh boy, I've made a big mistake. I need you to go to the store and buy gift cards." And the customer knew when he's asking him to go buy gift cards, he said, a red flag came up, and he just knew this was not legitimate. This is not something that should be done. So so um so he got off the phone. He brought his computer to a faster PC. We cleaned it up. We made sure that the hackers and the scammers were out of the system. But one of the things, you really don't want to let them in the first place. So we'll talk more about that throughout the show today. But right now, we're going to the lines. We have Sylvia on the line. Welcome to a Faster PC Live Technical Support, Sylvia. How can we help you today?
Oh my goodness, I'm telling you, I haven't talked to you guys for so long. I hope everybody is healthy out there. But listen, Brian, let me tell everybody that don't ever buy an ad called ad blocker. All right. I do business with Germany, music,
Yes.
So, that's a lot of ads coming in all the time when I'm doing something. So I thought to myself, I go ahead and buy the program. And so I bought it for $25.99. And 3 hours later, my computer completely went blank. But you gave me a number to call.
Right.
In case something happened, you said. But they all were hackers. And
right.
So I did call that number. So he wanted all my personal information in order for him to stop hackers going into my account. And me, stupid, give it to him, even the social. Oh my God! So when he told me go have a cup of coffee, I stood by the door, and all of a sudden I see my bank account coming up on my screen. I got to freak out.
Wow.
I took my home phone. Thank God I had a home phone. And I called the bank real fast, and I told them it's an emergency. Shut down my account right away because somebody is hacking me right now in this moment. So they did, thank God. And I got back in. The guy said, "Are you sure you gave me the right PIN number?" I said, "Yeah, but I already knew it was shut down." I said, "Yeah." And he kept going on. "Did you give me the right? Put it on the phone." He put a little square up so I can put my debit card in there. And he said, but then I never heard anything from him anymore. So now I bought another program. Apparently my grandson is using that for a few years already. It's supposed to be illegal. But is there anything else, Brian, that I need to do to this computer? Although my bank told me never put my bank account again on there because the scammers probably have their software already in my computer. So I haven't yet. And then they told me to call the police. They're trying to get, report all of that and what I did. And so hopefully they're going to track that son of a gun down, and so nobody else get hacked, because I redone my phone. I got a new phone number on myself and a new pen and everything on my computer. But I guess I'm not going to put my bank account on my computer anymore.
Well, yeah. What we'll do?
Check everything on the bank and everything, but I have to call them all the time now, I guess.
Sure.
That happen.
Well,
but what do you think? Anything else needs to be done to my computer?
Yeah,
and, just about 4 days before that, I redone my computer. You remember I talked to
Yes.
you and
Yes.
Robert
Right,
uh,
right.
about that I redone my computer, which I did.
Yes. Well, Sylvia, hang on just a minute because Sylvia, we have a break coming up. Sylvia, we have a break coming up. We'll talk about this on the other side of the break. She keeps talking. Anyway, hey, we'll be back in a minute.
Preferred non-smoker rate.
You're listening to a Faster PC radio here, heard every Saturday in the 10 o'clock hour right here on this station and stream live to our Facebook page. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back, ready to answer your computer questions. So you know what? If you have questions, well, we can't answer them unless you ask them. Our number, if you want to have your computer questions answered, is 772-340-5090. 772-340-5090. Also, you can type your questions into the comment section of our live Facebook video that's happening right now over at Facebook. You can go there, search for Faster PC. We have almost 23,000 likes, or you just go to our website, afasterpc.com, click on the link,
Great.
to listen to a Faster PC radio. We're here, we're ready to answer your computer questions, and we'll be right back to do that. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
This is Brian Longworth, host of A Faster PC Radio, where we answer your computer questions for free every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. But it gets even better than that.
Now, wait a minute. How could it possibly get any better than that?
Yes, Cliff. A Faster PC has technicians standing by every Saturday ready to work on your computer.
Wait a minute. Technicians standing by on a Saturday?
Well, Cliff, A Faster PC has technicians standing by Monday through Friday for standard and emergency service, both in-shop and on-site. That means you can bring your computer to A Faster PC. It can come to you. And if you need computer service in a hurry, we offer emergency service both in-shop and on-site. We can handle anything from software installs, viruses, spyware, to multi-site VPN networking. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
A Faster PC, conveniently located at 7186 South US 1, Port St. Lucie, and on the web at afasterpc.com. For more information, call 878-5978. 878-5978. Computer problems? You need a Faster PC.
A Faster PC has been here, and as Florida begins to open for business,
The faster PC.
will remain open to repair computers Monday through Friday and 9 to 2 Saturdays. We offer curbside drop-off and pickup and on-site service where a Faster PC can come to you. And we can fix many computer problems remotely without requiring any in-person contact. A Faster PC is also working to help our customers set up remote access so that employees can continue to work and be productive from home. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
A Faster PC is conveniently located at 7190 South US 1 next to the new Dollar General in Port St. Lucie, and on the web at
www.afasterpc.com.
that's www.afasterpc.com. For more information, call 878-5978. Again, that's 772-878-5978. Even in times like these, when you have computer problems,
You need a faster PC.
welcome back to a Faster PC show. If you've been waiting to give us a call so that you can get your computer, give us a call. The number here at the studio is 772. Of course, you don't want to be on the radio, you don't want people to hear what you say, then you can actually head over to our Facebook video. It's a live Facebook video going on right now. You can head over there. Just go to www.afasterpc.com. Click on the link to listen to a Faster PC radio. That'll take you to our Facebook page, or you can go to Facebook, search for a Faster PC. You'll find our page. We have between 22 and 23,000 likes. You'll be able to actually get over there, scroll down on the page a little bit. You'll see the live video, and you can type your question into the comment section. Now, your question doesn't have to be on what we've been talking about. It can be on any topic as long as it's computer related. So head over there and you can be on the show, or just give us a call, 772-340-1590. We did also want to remind you that we have technicians standing by ready to resolve computer problems. Our number in the shop is 772-878-5978, and we are located at 7190 South US 1 in Port St. Lucie. Again, the number is 772-878-5978. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
That's right, you do, and we are back. We are ready to answer your questions, and we're going back to the lines where we had Sylvia on the line. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch over on my screen. I'm going to show you my screen on Facebook and YouTube. You can head over there. You can watch this. If you're not at a place where you can watch this right now, that's okay, because you can switch over later on, and I'll verbally describe this for everyone that's listening on the radio. So first of all, when the bank is telling you not to put your account on your computer, I'm not sure exactly what they said to you, but I do know this. Really, you're not at any risk of logging in to online banking. But what most people do, and what you probably did, which is how the hackers got into your account, is you probably went to your browser and actually saved um, the username and password. So when you log in, your browser is going to ask you, do you want to save the username and password, so that the next time you go there to go to this site, you don't have to type it again. Well,
No, you're right. I get that. Yeah.
yeah.
I
So
do that a lot.
the thing is, when the hackers get into your computer, they now know your username and password, and they can get into your account. And it's real easy for them to do that, because you gave them access to it, and you gave them access to your computer. So you have to be wary of this. And usernames and passwords. I know it's difficult for a lot of people to remember their usernames and passwords, but you need to come up with a solution. There are some things that you can do to help you with usernames and passwords. What I do is, first of all, a lot of the websites that I go to, my bank websites, I just have the password memorized. Well, if you're not able to memorize the password, if you can memorize the password, that's great. Of course, some people memorize the password because they use the same password at every single website. Well, the problem with that is, if a hacker gets into one account, they can get into all of your accounts or most of your accounts, because all they have to do is go to the next account, the next account, the next account, the next account. What's that?
Put different passwords, Brian. But the problem is, I do save it sometimes. But who thinks that they're going to hack you? I'm from the old school.
You have to be prepared. I mean, you let them hack you, really, by installing software that probably, I mean, this software clearly wasn't legitimate software. Just because something's on a website and it looks good and it looks like, hey, this is going to protect your computer, this is going to block ads. You think, wow, this is a good thing to do. Well, it's not a good thing to do, and we actually can show you some free plugins you can get that will protect your computer from ads and do an excellent job. They don't cost you a dime, and they're not going to allow hackers into your computer. So but when you go to a website, so let's say we're let me just see, let me just pull up here a site. Let's
Let
say
me ask you something. Have you ever heard of that called Nord VPN, NORD VPN company? Some kind of security on.
I have heard of it. Yes, I have heard of it.
Are they any good?
Well, I have never used them, and I haven't reviewed them, so I really don't have firsthand knowledge of that right now to accurately answer whether they're good or not. But a VPN, what a VPN will do is it'll protect the information that you're typing. But if it won't prevent you from letting hackers into your computer. So,
What's
that
the name of that one?
what's that?
What's the name of that?
No, any VPN, whether it's Nord or Norton or Bitdefender or Malwarebytes has a VPN, Firefox has a VPN. A lot of companies out there have VPNs. VPN stands for Virtual Private Network. What it does is it encrypts your data, whatever you're sending on your computer, it encrypts it between your computer and their server, whoever's providing the VPN, their server, and then they send the information on to uh, the destination, and then they decrypt it at the other end. So it makes sure that the information you're sending is encrypted, but it doesn't prevent you from allowing a hacker to come into your computer. So the people that brought their computers into us because they allowed a hacker into their computer, a VPN wouldn't have protected them. You installing a program that allows a hacker into your computer, a VPN wouldn't protect you from that. You have to make sure the programs you install are legitimate programs. You don't want to just go out and install a program just because you see it on the internet. So let me go and let,
I found that out.
yes, yes. So let me go and show first of all, when you go to your bank's website, let's say it's bankofamerica.com. First of all, don't do a search for your bank's website. You should know your bank's website address. If you bank with Bank of America, all you have to do is go to the very top bar on your browser. Your browser's the program you use to browse the internet. You can use Firefox, you can use Edge, you can use Chrome. Uh, I would not use Internet Explorer. It's not safe anymore. But you want to know the bank, your bank website. Truist is a bank. Their website is truist.com. Chase is a bank. Their website is chase.com. Bank of America is bankofamerica.com. So you want to type the the URL. You want to type their website address into the address bar rather than searching for them. The reason you don't want to search for them is that some of the results that come up will actually be scammers, and especially depending on the search engine that you're using. Some search engines are more scammy than others, and will actually sometimes scammers are actually paying them to provide an alternate address. And you think, I even demonstrated on this show, and it was probably 4 months ago or 5 months ago. I demonstrated on this show using Microsoft Edge and the default Microsoft search engine, which is Bing, and doing a search for Microsoft account login. And the first result that came up was an advertisement for a company that wanted me to sign up with tech support so that they could help me with a Microsoft, help me log into my Microsoft account. And that really shows you the depth that Microsoft is willing to go to. They are willing. Here's, presumably I'm a customer of theirs trying to find their account login, the login page, the login for their account so that I can log into their account so that I can access the information that I have. And the first site that comes up is actually a site that wants to sell me a subscription so that they can help me log in to the Microsoft site. So Microsoft may have made a nickel or a quarter or a dollar off of that click. They care more about the advertising revenue than they do about the security of their customers. That's why you never ever ever want to do a search for your bank's website. You want to memorize the URL and type it into the address bar. Then when you
But I
type
wanna tell you something.
hang on just a minute, Sylvia. I'm trying to explain some things. I mean, I'm going back and answering a question you asked 10 minutes ago. Ask more questions. We need to answer, and I want to explain not just for you, but also for everyone else listening. So just be a little bit patient here. So we're at bankofamerica.com now. Now it has a place for the username and the password. So when we type in a username and password, and I actually don't have a Bank of America account, so I can't, and I wouldn't type my username here anyway because this is going out on the internet, and I don't want to reveal what my username is. But when you type in your username and your password, it does give you an option to save the user ID. I wouldn't do that because then a hacker, if they get into your computer, they're going to know what your user ID is just if they go to bankofamerica.com. When you log in, the browser is going to give you an option to save your password. If you do that, a hacker can get into that and actually there's can go right into the settings of your browser. It's different in every browser, but in every browser you can go into the settings, you can type in passwords, and you can actually see, here I'm in Firefox. I can click on Save Logins, and I can see, and you see, for some reason there's an auto zone. I don't recall actually doing that. I'm going to remove that, but you can do that. Now you can actually see the password there by showing it. Um, but I'm going to click Remove, and that's going to take it out of the list. Um, there's also looks like a YouTube key. I think this is actually for streaming. That one's actually not a password, but it's for streaming this show. So anyway, um, you want to make sure that you're not putting. I would never put a username and password into the browser. By the way, we do for our customers sometimes go into their system, see the username and password, and we retrieve the username and password because a lot of times we have customers that don't even know they have a username and password because it just autofills. They don't even realize that they have a username and password and that they saved it. And we use that sometimes. If someone saved that, we use that for legitimate reasons to help the customer get into their accounts. But one of the things that happens is I'm doing it for legitimate reasons. If I can do it for legitimate reasons, then if a hacker gets into your computer, they can access that password for non-legitimate reasons. So you want to. This is why you don't want to save your password. So if you went to bankofamerica.com and you put in your username, I don't think and your password, I don't think that's putting you at risk. But when you save that username and password, that puts you at risk. Now, you also mentioned blocking ads. Um, what we use, and we actually have what we call a Faster PC's browser protection package that we install on customers' computers, um, and it takes us about a quarter hour's worth of labor to install this. And customers, we offer this to customers that have been hacked or have been scammed. But what you do, just go and do a search for uBlock, and we're looking. There is a uBlock plugin, but we're looking actually for uBlock Origin. So uBlock Origin, and you can actually go to ublockorigin.com. You can go right there, or there are, depending on your browser, and I'm going to actually go to Google. I did a search and with DuckDuckGo there. And DuckDuckGo, by the way, they just announced that they're going to stop hiding and stop protecting your privacy, and they're going to start actually revealing things. They're going to start actually looking at where you're searching. But anyway, what I'm going to do, I'm going to search here for uBlock at Google, and I'm looking for so here's a Chrome plugin. I'm not in Chrome. There's a Mozilla plugin. That's the browser I'm in. So you would want to go to the page where for your browser, click on that, and then I've already added this to Firefox, which is why initially it said add to Firefox, but now it realized that I have it. So now I have an option to remove it. The other plugin that we use is Malwarebytes Browser Guard. And again, you can do a search for that, or you can go to malwarebytes.com and you'll have an option to install the browser guard. So again, we're just doing a search for Malwarebytes Browser Guard, and we use this. By the way, Malwarebytes Browser Guard does block ads, but it also helps block malicious sites, and these are really good. You can actually go to the browser guard right from Malwarebytes, and then that'll link you directly to the plugin page for your browser, or you can scroll down a little bit and you'll see here's the Chrome plugin page and also the Mozilla plugin page. Mozilla is the creator of Firefox, so you can get it from there. These two plugins really will help protect you from ads, and ads are a big reason, a big source of infections or scams that we see today. And we're going to go to a break here, but we'll be right back to talk more about this.
Travel cover.
Okay,
Offered
very good.
You're listening to a Faster PC radio heard on this station every Saturday in the 10 o'clock hour. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back for the final segment of today's show. Listen, if you want to get your computer questions answered and you haven't called in, now's your opportunity. In fact, this is your last opportunity coming up. 772-340-1590. 772-340-1590. You can also head over to our Facebook page. And you can actually, from the Facebook page, you can type your computer questions into the comment section of the live video, and we'll cover them on today's show. But you know what? You've got to get over there right now or give us a call, 772-340-1590, so we can answer your computer questions. Computer problems? You need a faster PC.
From the founding of our company, a Faster PC has provided our customers with quality service and computer products at competitive prices. We find that in the current economy, this is more important than ever. A Faster PC recently conducted a market survey and found that our prices are the least expensive in the area. Some of our competitors charge twice what we charge. Perhaps that's why more customers are turning to a Faster PC. We're helping our customers save money by repairing their computers rather than replacing them.
Now, wait a minute. You mean a faster PC saves customers money?
A Faster PC offers the most competitive prices for computer repair in our area.
Wait a minute. Technicians that know what they're doing for less than the competition?
That's right. A Faster PC can handle anything from software installs, virus, spyware, and malware, and those annoying pop-ups to QuickBooks, Metisoft, and SoftIn support, from wireless networks to hardware networks. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
Conveniently located at 7186 South US 1, Port St. Lucie, and on the web at afasterpc.com. Call 878-5978. Computer problems? You need a faster PC.
This is Brian Longworth, host of A Faster PC Radio, where we answer your computer questions for free every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. But it gets even better than that.
Now, wait a minute. How could it possibly get any better than that?
Yes, Cliff. A Faster PC has technicians standing by every Saturday ready to work on your computer.
Wait a minute. Technicians standing by on a Saturday?
Well, Cliff, A Faster PC has technicians standing by Monday through Friday for standard and emergency service, both in-shop and on-site. That means you can bring your computer to A Faster PC, or A Faster PC can come to you. And if you need computer service in a hurry, we offer emergency service both in-shop and on-site. We can handle anything from software installs, viruses, spyware, to multi-site VPN networking. Computer problems?
You need a faster PC.
A Faster PC, conveniently located at 7186 South US 1, Port St. Lucie, and on the web at afasterpc.com. For more information, call 878-5978. 878-5978. Computer problems? You need a faster PC.
Welcome back to a Faster PC Radio. This is the last segment of today's show. We'd love to answer your computer questions, but if you don't call, we can't answer. Give us a call. The number to have your computer question answered is 772-340-1590, 772-340-1590, or you can hop on over to our Facebook page, A Faster PC, and actually from there, you can type your question into the comment section. So again, just a few more minutes to answer your questions. We did want to remind you also that not only can you ask your questions at the Facebook page or by calling 772-340-1590, but you can also watch the video as well. So some of the questions that I'm answering, as I answer those questions, I'll be able actually to show you the steps that you go through to resolve computer problems. And if you're not where you can watch it right now, that's fine. You can watch it at your convenience shortly after the show's over. It'll be up there on our Facebook page. You can get there one of two ways. This says listen to a Faster PC Radio. If you click on
take you to our Facebook page or go to Facebook and search for A Faster PC. We also wanted to remind you that in the shop, we have technicians standing by today to work on computers and resolve computer problems. We're at 7190 South US 1, and our number in the office is 772-878-5978. And of course, we're here to answer your questions. Well, your computer questions, and we could answer other questions, but we're here specifically to answer computer questions. Computer problems? You need a faster PC.
Yes, you do. And we're going to continue talking about this this issue and some of the things that you can do to help protect yourself. So we already talked about in the last segment, making sure you don't search for your bank's website. Know what your bank's website is and type it in the address bar. Don't search for, if you're going to Amazon.com, just type Amazon.com. How difficult is it to remember Amazon.com is the site you want to go to? If it's your bank, again, if it's Bank of America, just type bankofamerica.com into the address bar. Now, passwords, we already went over making sure that you're not saving your passwords into your browser because, again, if a hacker gets into your computer, they then have access to your passwords. So what do you do with your passwords? And by the way, we also mentioned not to use the same password for every website, which some people do. In fact, some people use the same password, or they might have 2 or 3 passwords that they use. Um, you know, what you want to do is you do want to come up with a unique password. You want to come up with something that's difficult, something that's not easy for someone else to guess, and you want to actually have a method of saving your password. Now, some people write them all down and and save them, and they might have them in a book beside their computer. Other people use a password manager or I use a password protected spreadsheet. So these are things that you can do. I would encourage you to do one of these things. And we do have another caller on the line that we're going to go and grab. But I do want to just let you know we'll go over this password issue a little bit more. If we don't have time today, we'll go over it more next week. One thing that I do want to just let you know too is that a faster PC can help you. We do help customers with password management. Um, Many of our customers, we actually help them with their passwords, and we have if you want us to, we actually have for some of our customers their usernames and passwords in our database. That our database is password protected. We also can build you a password protected spreadsheet and install a good and recommend a good and install and help configure for you a good password manager for you. So we can help you with all of that. That will help you going forward. And last segment also we did show how to go and install uBlock Origin in your browsers. Also how to install the Malwarebytes browser guard in your browser as well. So we're going to run to the lines. We have Daniel on the line. Welcome to a Faster PC Radio, Daniel. How can we help you today?
Good morning, Brian.
Good morning.
The other day, I went into my task manager, and I was kind of floored by seeing how much memory the Google Chrome browser uses.
Yes.
Is that normal? And there may be something I can do to make it use less memory. It's no problem in my system. I have enough memory, but I'm just concerned about it.
Yeah, so one thing you can do with browsers will use more memory the longer you have them open, typically. And what can happen? I'm going to switch over to a screen just to show on a browser. And if you look, I actually have multiple versions of browsers. I actually have Firefox open right now, but I have a whole bunch of different tabs open. And now one thing I do, I have a plugin, and that plugin does help protect. Um, Let me get over to the streaming plugin. I do actually have a plugin called the Total Suspender that's installed in Firefox, and I know that in Chrome there used to be one called the Great Suspender, but that that plugin was shut down because they actually were spying on people. So you have to be a little bit cautious about some of these plugins, but there are plugins that will shut down tabs that aren't currently being used by you. One thing that you do want to do is close down, and you can do this automatically. Just right now in this browser, and I'll explain these terms. I want to explain terms to so that people can understand, not just you, Daniel, but anyone else listening. I want you to understand. I know people. There are some people listening that don't even have a computer, and some people are scared of computers, and you really don't need to be scared of computers. But um, I'll show you and explain what a tab is. So on my browser, the browser tab that I'm at right now, I was dealing earlier in the week with a QuickBooks error. And I actually did a search, a Google search on that QuickBooks error. And that I have one tab for that search. And then I have 3 QuickBooks pages that talk about how to resolve that particular error. Now, I left all of these open, and but I do have the total suspender that just suspends these. But if I didn't have something like that, and that suspension feature is kind of built into the new browsers. Chrome and Edge are suspending tabs that aren't open. Now, I'm going to just close down these tabs just by clicking the X to the right side of the tab. And some people don't even maybe know what a tab is. When you open up a browser, you have one tab open, and it used to be that's all you had, but and you would have to open up another tab, another browser to get another page. But then they came out with what they call tabs, where typically there's a plus sign, or there's a square, or there's a rectangular, offset rectangular. And one of our callers one time told me what that's actually called. It's a geometric shape, but you to the right of the page that you're on, to the right of the tab that you're on, you'll have either a plus or a symbol where you can open up a new tab. And the new tab is going to be different for each browser, and there's different settings that you can do for that. And sometimes a plugin will take over a new tab. But that new tab allows you to go to a new website. It could be your bank website. Maybe you're at your bank website while you're at, maybe you open up a YouTube uh, tab, and you start playing a video, maybe not so you can watch the video, but so you can listen to what they're saying, and learn something. And then you want to go to your bank website and you want to check, something at your bank website. Well, you open up a new tab. Well, when you're done with your bank website, you want to probably close out that tab, or go to another page in that tab. One of the things that you want to realize, though, is that some of those sites, they're using, especially YouTube's going to use memory. Facebook, if you have Facebook open, every time one of your friends posts something, that page is going to change. So that page is constantly changing. If you have that open and you're not there, you're not looking at it, it's still using memory. So what you can do is you can actually close that down. And what I have done is I have actually configured my browser, and you can do this. The settings, the way to do this is different in each browser. You mentioned Chrome. I probably won't open Chrome just because it'll use up so much memory, because I do have a lot of tabs open in that. But you'll want to go to settings, and you can do that in the upper right-hand corner of your browser. In Firefox, you have 3 lines right underneath the X in the upper right. In Chrome, I believe you have 3 dots. And then you're going to go down to settings. And once you go to settings, that will show you the various settings in your computer. And what you're going to want to do is search for startup. Um, so when you do startup, you're going to want to look for what happens when you open up your your window, or a new tab, or you want to open up Firefox. So what I have done is I've selected open previous windows and tabs. So what that means is that I can actually, at any point, I can close out Firefox, and I wait until all the memory is cleared, because Firefox is going to be using quite a bit of memory. In fact, if I go over to Task Manager right now, you can hold down to get to Task Manager. You can hold down the Control, the Shift, and Escape. That'll bring up Task Manager, and I can actually see how much of my memory is being used. I can see how much of my CPU. And by the way, I'm streaming right now, so 100% of my CPU capacity is being used right now. Um, and that's just the nature of things. When it's going to be that way, because I'm streaming. My OBS studio in the last few months has been using up an extraordinarily large percentage, and I've updated it a few times, and maybe I shouldn't have, but I've updated a few times, and that fixes bug things. But the newer versions are using more CPU capacity, and I am streaming to two different, Facebook and YouTube now, which does require more processing power. But you have the CPU, which is the mathematical calculations. It does the mathematical calculations. You also have memory, which is RAM. So if we click on memory, that'll sort by memory. You'll either see the lowest at the top or the highest at the top. You see my Firefox is using 24, it's using about 2.5 gigabytes of memory right now. Now, if I closed out Firefox, and I can't do that because I'm using it to stream uh, to Facebook and to stream to YouTube, so I can't close it out. But if I did close it out, and right before the show came on, I did close it out, and I let all the memory clear out, and then I open it again, and it'll open up again with where you were. So if you were in the middle of reading an article, or maybe you were watching a video on YouTube, it'll open up and it'll be right where you were before, but all those previous tabs will be suspended until you go there again. And so this is one way that you can clear out your browser memory, and then when you open it again, you'll be right back up where you were before, but just using less memory. And again, closing out the tabs that you don't need open will also help you, so that you can make sure that you're protect that you're not using up more memory than what you really need to use. And this is something that I mean, hey, it's easy to use more memory, and your browsers will continually, like, kind of suck more, because the website